Hello, man. Welcome to the Quickscreen Show. My name is Nate, and I am a football coach. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a good couple weeks of sports action for me. Haven't had a whole lot of football watching going on, but I'm pretty into the WBC right now, World Baseball Classic, and it is bugging the heck out of me that more Americans didn't play on the American team. Now, I'm sure some of them have good excuses, but the problem is I don't know their good excuses, and it really bothers me that we didn't have a lot more stars on that team. Where was Trout? Where's Hamilton? Where's McCutchen? Where's Hamels? Where's Halladay? Where's Greinke? I mean, there's a lot of great American baseball players that weren't there, and once again, we get knocked out. It really bothers me. I mean, baseball was the American sport. It is our game. And then we get beat in it. If you look at all the football stuff going on, they'll do the world football stuff for 19 and under or something, and America just always runs away with it. Do you realize that it's only a matter of time until we can't even make the finals in the World Football Classic? Mark my words, it's going to happen. Your sons, your grandsons are going to watch the U.S. get whooped by Japan in the World Football Classic in 100 years. What I can't figure out is why that is entirely. Part of it is this. A lot of it, I think, let's say the best, the Japanese, even though they got beat by Puerto Rico, the Japanese, it's like they stick to the fundamentals better than the Americans. We got lost with glamour and whatnot. And the second thing is that the Japanese, the Puerto Ricans, they play. And the Americans, oh, it's no big deal. Ticket sales in America to the World Baseball Classic, they're crap. I mean, play the thing in Japan where they actually care. So it really has gotten on my nerves that Americans don't care about America, like making us the best at everything. That's just me. It was one of those things that gets on my nerves. You're probably thinking big deal, because not many of you maybe even watch baseball, but to me it's a big deal, and it's been bothering me like crazy. What's on most of our minds right now is probably what we're going to do with our brackets as far as March Madness goes, because that's this week as well. And see, now I'm in a huge dilemma because Miami was going to be my team that I was going to pick to win it all. I'm going with Miami. And then I see the selection show in Illinois, if they can beat Colorado, runs into Miami round 2. And now I've got a problem. Because my brackets, every time Illinois is in the tournament, except for 05 was that they were amazing and they made the finals, lost to North Carolina. Every year they make the tournament, my bracket is shot because I can't pick against the Illini. When they barely squeak their way in, I got them in the Final Four. When they're decent, like a 5 seed or above, I got them winning the whole thing, man. So now they're a 7 seed. I'm looking at my second round matchup of Miami, Illinois, and literally 3 hours earlier, I'm going Miami. I'm picking them to win it all. And now, 3 hours after that, I'm looking at Miami round 2 versus Illinois, and I can't decide right now who I'm going to pick to win that game. See, that's how much of a homer I am. I am so desperate to be from the best town and the best state and the best country ever. And as soon as we find another foreign planet that plays sports, I want to be from the best planet. I mean, I'm crazy like that. So now I can't decide who I'm going to pick to win round 2. Next week's show, I'll let you know who I ended up picking, whether I went with my heart or my brain, because I do acknowledge that Miami is better than Illinois. I'm going to say that, but I cannot say right now that they're going to beat Illinois. Let's talk about football. Today I'm going to share our cross return. Our cross return has been very good to us since I took over as a head coach. Let's see, that was 5 years ago now. It's our kickoff return. It is the only kickoff return we have used in 5 years. Literally the only one. Now that I'm going to a bigger school, there is a chance that we could throw something else in there. I think we might have a little bit more time to work on such things since we'll be a 2-platoon team. But this is literally the only return we've used, and it's been very good to us. We've returned just a couple for touchdowns, but we really seem to get very good returns on a consistent basis. So much so that in the last year or two, the teams in our conference literally never kick deep to us. Never. Now, part of that could be because they're in the same boat I am. They can't find a kicker that can kick deep. So they're not going to. They're going to pooch, they're going to pop up, onside, a lot of the stuff that we do. So that's probably a big part of it. But the other part, I have to believe, has something to do with they don't want to kick to our deep guys because they've grown accustomed to our cross return, and I think that it's kind of dangerous. Again, I could be off here. It might just be chance, and we're only running into teams that don't have good kickers, and they're kicking it shallow all the time on us. But literally, the teams in our conference do not kick deep to us anymore. We did play finally in the playoffs this year, and we played a team that was vastly superior to us. They were one of the best teams in the state. But we still were able to execute our return, and I'll show you guys some film on that in a bit. But right now, let's take a look at film. We'll go to the computer, and I'll walk you through our cross return, our one kickoff return that we've used for 5 years.
Now here we are against in the first round playoff against Central A&M. This is, like I said, a great football team. They gave the 3A state runners-up their only loss of the year until the state championship game. So this is a 1A football team that is awesome. You can see they kicked to us 9 times. There's 10 here, but one was that was like an offsides call, so they had to redo. They kicked to us 9 times. They scored 8 touchdowns. We couldn't stop them. They really couldn't stop us either. Fortunately, we stopped ourselves. We had 4 turnovers to their 0, and that caused for a 55-27 game. I guess it was a fairly competitive 55-27, but not competitive enough. So here we go. Cross return. The first one here, we'll go ahead and blow this up. So here we go. He kicks it deep, and again, we're not used to getting kicked deep to us. There's the cross. We'll take a look at the cross right now. You can see they catch it. They're attached at it by a rope. It's a little bit glitchy right now. I'm not sure why. Forward cross. This was a return right call. So he's going to get the ball no matter what. It's a fake because it was a return right call. And I want you to see how many of these guys here on the right that this fake holds. Here's the fake. Oh, let me see if I can catch that. Run it back just a touch. Here's the fake. So this fake right here has done a very good job. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys held, and a 5th or a 6th might be biting on this as we go forward. I'll drag it forward a couple frames, and you can see even these 2 guys got sucked in a little bit farther than they wanted to. And this allows my returner to make one little move and hit what we want, which is our lane. And here you can see the lane opening up. I've got bodies. Again, look, 2 blocks that have been missed. There's probably a lot more. Like I said, we probably get between 10 to 20% of our blocks made on this. But there is still this lane opening up, and you'll see how our returner hits that lane, and there's a seam. Okay? This kid makes so many plays on this kickoff team against us. And you guys know how it is. When you play against a team that's great and probably a lot better than you, it's hard to do anything well. It's hard to get good kick returns, a lot of kick returns, to get absolutely smothered because they're better than you. This kid right here made so many plays on all these kickoffs. He was fantastic, and you'll see he ends up making this one. We hold him, and here he comes, takes an angle, and makes the play. He doesn't make that play right there. We've got a huge lane. That kid is pretty special. One of the many reasons, I'm sure, why they win a lot of games. I think this one here, the third example, was a good example of the return. Here we go. They're going to kick deep to us because they can. There it is. There's the catch and the fake. Once again, we go return right. You can see how they're trying to mirror each other. My returner on the right is a little too far away, though. He should have been closer to him. I don't like how long it took them. But you'll see here comes our lane once again. Here's our wall. Here's our kickouts. Here's our lane. A nice little lane in there. And we'll see who made the play. This guy here who had a double team on him. So these guys missed their double team. And I really would like to spend some more practice time on this because you can see here's the double team. These 2 have a double team on this, which means this was probably number 2, and this was number 1. Here's my one guy coming to kick him out. And they touch him, and he gets off and makes this play. But look at this lane. It's a really good-looking lane. And we get it quite often when people kick deep. Okay, here we go. Another example. This one, I believe, we go return left. They kick it to the guy on the left, so it's going to be a handoff. They're doing a good job mirroring each other, and they cross right there. Here's the number 1 kick out. We got that kick out made. And guess who again? 3. Darn near makes that play. That kid killed us, man. All game long. He made an incredible interception later, too. But still, our kid's pretty good, too. He makes him miss, and there is that same lane. The lane is back. That lane right around the hashes all the time. Makes him miss. Here it comes. There's the lane at the hash. One last example here. Let's take a look at the front line and see how everyone converges on the middle. Can you see how really, right off the bat, all blockers converge to the middle? And right now, you really can't tell. Right now, I'll pause it here. I think it's very difficult to tell which way we're going. And I think that's the disadvantage to many cross returns out there, or sideline returns, is you can give away which way you're going. And you'll reverse back here, or reverse fake, and there's too much tell before you even get to the fake. The fake is almost rendered ineffective. But in this instance, in my opinion, it's pretty hard to tell which way we're going right now. Now, I know because, well, I've watched a lot of this film, so I know which way we're going. But I think I would ask you at this point, can you tell which way we're going? Could you guess? If it's tough, then I think we're doing it well. So there you can see, it's a good example of my returner trying to mirror him. You see the second guy trying to back up, mirror, catches. They're so far apart, he's not getting a chance to go forward 5 yards before they cross each other. I'd like to see them a little closer together. There's the fake, and look, there's the lane once again. It closes quickly. Why? Well, because like I said, when you play a team that's a lot better than you, things close quickly. So these guys, but you can see the lane right here. And, I'll draw it up because it's fun to draw. But, I think there's a very clear lane right here. And that lane has been there for us quite a bit. And we'll look real quick again at the fake. There's our fake. And we've held 1, 2, 3, I know, with this fake. And these 3... just got them to give a little juke step. They're coming straight ahead. They're waiting, trying to make up their mind. Waiting. They see it, but they're a step behind it. And then sure enough, looks like it's that number 2 guy. Here's a kick out. And we miss it. So again, you got to find a way to coach it well so that we can stay on these blocks, keep that seam opened a little bit longer.
So that's our cross return. Log into the forums. Let me know what you think. Or I'm sorry, I think forums are up there now somewhere. Let me know what you think of the cross return. Let me know of a return maybe you're running that you absolutely love. Maybe I can pick something up. If I run into another return I absolutely love, I'm going to run it. It's all about having something that you think is very effective. And if I can find another one, I will surely run another one. It's just that right now, that's by far my favorite. So I'm going to stick with it. Man, it's been fun talking football with you once again, and I'll see you next Tuesday right here on the Quickscreen Show. And until then, coach them up.